Perkenalkan, nama saya Afrizal Wahyuandafa. Saya dari kelas 151A01, NIM saya 15240041. In my opinion, smoking in campus area shouldn't be allowed. Why? Number 1, because campus is a place for study, not smoking. Number 2, pollution. If you smoke at outside, the smoke makes the air dirty, and it makes the people around it a passive smoker. Number 3, health issue. Cigarettes is not good for your lungs because it makes your lungs black, and many other health issue. Number 4, littering. Many people, after they done smoking, they just throw the cigarette butts anywhere, and that makes the campus area dirty. So, my solution for the problem above is to people hold their urge to smoke, or if they can't hold it, buy candy. And then, after campus finish, they can go to the place where there is a smoking area, like a coffee shop, or in Indonesia, we like to call it warkop or warung kopi. And after they done smoking, they can put the cigarette butts in ashtray so they don't litter. But please be mindful. And that's my take about smoking in campus area. Thank you. Adverb of frequency. What is adverb of frequency? Adverb of frequency describe how often an action happens. There are 6 main adverbs of frequency that we use in English. For example, always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, never. The difference in the level of frequency are shown below. Always at 100%, usually at 90%, frequently at 80%, often at 70%, sometimes at 50%, occasionally at 30%, seldom at 10%, rarely at 5%, and never at 0%. Where do they appear in the sentence? Here are the rules for the placement in sentence. In a sentence with one verb, after the verb be, in a sentence with more than one verb, when using for emphasis, in a question form, and in a negative form. In a sentence with one verb, if the sentence has one verb in it, we usually put the adverb in the middle of the sentence, after the subject, before the verb. The structure is subject, adverb, verb, and predicate. For example, Tom usually goes to work by car. Mary often asks me for help, usually after the verb be. The adverb usually comes after the verb be. The structure is subject, verb, adverb, predicate. For example, Anne is often late. Peter isn't always right. In a sentence with more than one verb. If the sentence has more than one verb in it, we usually put the adverb after the first part of the verb. The structure is subject, helping verb, adverb, main verb, and predicate. For example, I can never remember his name. The children have often complained about the playground facilities. When using for emphasis. For emphasis, we can put the adverb at the beginning or end of the sentence. At the end is unusual because it's only there because we forgot to put it in earlier. The structure is adverb, subject, verb, and predicate. For example, sometimes we go to school by bus. Usually, Peter arrives early for work. Or, the second structure is subject, verb, predicate, adverb. For example, they like to watch TV often. We go to school by bus sometimes. In a question form, when using the adverb of frequency in the question form, put the adverb before the main verb. Auxiliary verb, subject, adverb, main verb, and predicate. For example, do you often go to the cinema? Do they usually come late to class? In a negative form, when using adverb of frequency in a negative form, put the adverb before the main verb. The structure is subject, helping verb, adverb, main verb, and predicate. For example, she doesn't usually wait for answer. Peter doesn't normally want to come with us. And there's types of adverb of frequency. There are two types of adverb of frequency: adverb of definitive frequency and adverb of indefinite frequency. Adverb of definitive frequency are adverb that tells exactly how often an action happens. Adverb of definitive frequency typically go in an position. For example, most companies pay taxes yearly. The manager checks the toilet every hour. We make an agreement to hold a meeting weekly. Adverb of indefinite frequency are adverbs that describe how often an action happens, but they don't give an exact time. Adverb of indefinite frequency go before the verb, but they can also go at the beginning or end. For example, I often have lunch at home. She never eats vegetables. We sometimes go to the movie theater. And that's all for my video. Thank you.